He stands as a thinker, a doer, a reformer, and an institution in himself. Mr. Vinay Sharma.
I can say with pride, I added to the foreign exchange of the country, saved it. I added to the savings of the companies like Reliance or ONGC and many more.
You started your entrepreneurial venture at an age when many people are thinking about winding down.
So this is how my corporate life has been. You're right. All the 4 jobs I never applied. I gave my CV for biodata after joining them.
Hey everyone, welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Sunny Pancholi, and today's episode is one you will want to lean into because we are speaking with a leader who did not just build a career, he built an entire legacy. Some leaders follow a path, but today's guest created his own. He is a man who proves that vision has no age limit, learning has no finish line, and leadership has only one mantra: man management. Joining us is Mr. Vinay Sharma, entrepreneur, visionary, and the force behind Oilfield Warehouse and Services Limited, that is OWS. He is the man who pioneered the very concept of material management in India's special economic zones long before the country even realized it needed it. But his story began much earlier, in boardrooms across corporate India, from rising to chief executive at Oswal Agro Mills to reviving a struggling plywood company, to shaping the commercial operations of a 3 million ton steel giant, and then spending 11 defining years at Reliance Industries Ltd as Vice President Imports, the longest and perhaps most transformational chapter of his corporate life. And here is what truly sets him apart. He never applied for any of those positions. Organizations sought him out because excellence has a way of getting noticed. Today, he stands as a thinker, a doer, a reformer, and an institution in himself. So, get ready, because in the next few minutes, we are diving into the mind of a leader who has mastered the art of innovation, resilience, and people leadership. Mr. Sharma, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here today.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be on your stage and would be very, very happy to share my success or my background, my mantra, my way of doing things with the people who might benefit out of it.
Wonderful to hear that, Mr. Sharma. Once again, a very warm welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start with the story that led you here. You have had a fascinating career from humble beginnings in Ludhiana to becoming an entrepreneurial powerhouse. But we know there is always a deeper story behind the success. So, Mr. Sharma, if we go back to your early days, what sparked that drive for you and what moment really shaped your mindset?
Yes, Sunny, how it happens is the destiny has written something for you. You don't have to resist that. You have to flow with that. In Ludhiana, I was doing photography for 10 years. And that photography brought me at this level sitting in front of you. In Ludhiana, Oswal's, as everybody knows, the big industrialist, Mr. Abe Oswal, the chairman of Oswal Agro, had brought a video camera in 1983 from abroad, and he wanted somebody to tell him how it operates. I had some connection with him indirectly. I was called to his residence. I saw the camera. Now here, the biggest thing which I follow. Believe me, I had not seen a video camera before that. I didn't know how to operate it. But my mantra is never say no. Try it. You can do it. So I tried. I was successful. I did it. Then Mr. Oswal asked me to join with him for the breakfast. During the breakfast, we talked everything except the camera. And in Ludhiana, Punjab, a place where English speaking is bit still handy, not so much. I was talking to him in English. He was impressed that this boy is talking to me in English. That means he has got something. He asked me, why don't you join me? I said, sir, I'm a photographer. What I'll do with you? He said, you do some films for me, advertising films for me. Again, believe me, I don't know how the advertising films are made and what I'll do there. I came home. I talked to my elder brother. He said, think of yourself. I talked to my wife. She said, decide it for yourself. Then one day I decided, let me go there. Why? Not for making films. I will do something there because he's a big man. He'll get me equipment, books, and other things, and I'll learn from there. So one day I came and joined them as publicity executive. I remained there for 7 years. Never touched the video camera again. First, I was put up into the advertising department. My boss of the advertising department, Mr. Milan Kumar Majumdar, I was appointed on his back. He was in Delhi. I was appointed in Ludhiana. He interviewed me. He had a habit of writing everything. After a few years, I had the opportunity of sitting on his table in his cabin. And when I opened the drawers of the table, he had all that scribbling pads lying there. And he used to put date from which date to which date. So by chance, I saw that scribbling pad of my date. And I saw my interview, Vinay Sharma, everything. At the bottom, it was written, total failure. And I'm sitting on his table, on his chair, in his cabin. But later on, the same gentleman started praising me. He said, I love you. I respect you. I know you are a wise man. So how I came into Oswal's from advertising to sales, 4 quarters, my sales as area sales manager was doubled. And my salary also doubled. With that, I was put as an all-India sales manager. There also, it was wonderful. Then I was sent to Hyderabad as a branch manager. There, it was a different thing which I want to tell people. It was a Telugu place. Everybody, all the staff was Telugu. They didn't like any non-Telugu sitting on their head as a number one person. So they used to abuse me in Telugu. In the body language, I used to understand. But I couldn't follow what they are saying. I went to the railway station. The people of my age know at the railway station bookstalls, there was used to be a book called Rapidex. It was a translation from the Hindi, English and the local language. So I bought a book of Hindi, English and Telugu. In that Telugu, whatever these boys were telling about me, I used to write down. At home, I used to find out what's the meaning of it. Then I started learning and following Telugu. One day, one assistant manager who was newly joined, I invited them, his wife and he, to my home for dinner. After the dinner, his wife said to her husband in Telugu that now we have enjoyed his dinner, we will have to call him to our house. I answered that in Telugu. And that was a bombshell. Silence. They went away. Next day morning, the whole office was quiet, silent, and everything. He told everybody, this man knows Telugu. This is the way you man management, do the man management. Then from there, I was transferred to many places in Oswal's. Which places? Wherever there is a trouble, send Vinay Sharma. Wherever there is issues, send Vinay Sharma. I came to Devas, then Bhopal. From Bhopal, I was sent to Calcutta. Imperial Chemical Company, ICI. They were selling their polymer plants. I was given the opportunity to take the keys of that plant, which was lying closed for more than 2 years. and restart it within 6 months. Bengal, where even 4 people in an institution have a union. In my factory, there were 325 people, no union. For the second, we started it in 6 months. For the second phase, we invited Mr. Jyoti Basu, the then Chief Minister of West Bengal. He came. He addressed the workers and the so-called union. In Bengali, he said, I came to know that this was a dead company and this management has revived it. And if you have any issue, talk to them. Don't let it go back to the closer again. When he came to sit on the dais next to me, I said, sir, there is no union here. How? I said, I'm the union leader. How? I said, I told everybody, if you have any problem, come to me. You don't need any third person. They come to me, I solve the problems. When he was getting into the car for going back, he came out of the car and patted me, said, Sharma, good job. Keep doing this. This is very good. So this is how I was known first time in the circles of industry, that there is a person who can work in adversities of people. There were attempts to make or enter the company by union people. I managed them by convincing them that don't think of these things. Think of your people. So these are the ways I did the man management. I manage people because without managing people, without handling them, you cannot succeed. Then in 1990, I was assigned to a place, a factory in Dhuri in Punjab, Fazilka district. There, at that time, in 90s, lot of terrorism. Many terrorists would come to the factory, stay at night, go away, and next day morning police will come. Who were they? Tell us this, that. And the manager over there, GM, he was very afraid. So he said, I don't want to go there. Then my number came that Vinay will go. Everybody who was my well-wisher, he said, don't go there. But you will do your job and they will only use their finger. AK-47 and you're over. I told Mr. Oswal, he said, no. I have told everybody that you are going. If you don't go, then nobody will go. Either you leave the company or you go. He thought I will not leave the company. But for the sake of my life, I had to say goodbye. But what happened in Calcutta, there used to be one ABC Consultants, very big consultancy for the manpower. They had called me that somebody is looking for you. They want to hire you. I said, no, I'm okay here. When I left Oswal's, I called that Mr. Agarwal, owner of that ABC consultant. He said, still waiting for you. I met them. They appointed me to Nagpur as a chief executive, where the company was defunct almost money-wise. Net worth zero. No money. And they gave me a task of reviving that company. Now, why the company went into that state? Because of the strike by union for 9 months. The company was gone. I restarted that whole thing, and in 2 years, the company came into profit. Again, why? It was because of man management. Third day of my joining there, I was put up to the union. The union people came. They had a long list of demands. I listened to them. When they finished, they went out. Every emotions had gone. I said, I also have a demand. How? Management don't have a demand. Demand is our right. No? Listen to me. What is my demand? Yes, sir. Tell me. I said, when I take a round of the factory, with whom I'm talking or nearing, I'm crossing somebody, he should tell me namaste. He should say namaste, sir. Why? What is that? What is the demand? Then I told one employee, he was on a pressing machine on the plywood. I said, see, I cross you. You said namaste. What I'll say? Hello, how are you? Okay, sir. My machine has got some problem and the workshop is not repairing it. What I'll do? I'll call the workshop people. Why it is not repaired? He'll say, we are waiting for a spare. Call for the purchase. Why spare is not coming? Then everything within few hours, your machine is okay. Why? Because you said namaste to me. That went into their head. And thereafter, next day, the whole factory is waiting for my eye contact and saying namaste sir, namaste sir, namaste sir. So the gap between the management and the workers through a union was brought down. When we were together, we are talking, the management is talking to the workers, and the workers are respectfully talking to the management. Things are okay. So that gave me opportunity to reduce seconds, the wastage, increase production, new products, and wow, the company came back into the profitability. So what I want to say is, a manager by any designation, vice president, president, GM, manager, or the managing director, they are all managers. They have to manage. What to manage? First, the people. If you cannot manage your people, you cannot manage your sale. You cannot manage anything. Majority of the people as manager, they put priorities to the finance, to the sales, to the marketing, to the pitch, and blah, 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 blah. But the people who are your backbone, they should be the first priority. That I have been doing. Now, after this, okay, I'll continue with it. While working in that company for 5 years, I had a promise, verbal promise with the management, the chairman and the managing director, that I'll be there for 5 years, because they thought that seeing the bad situation of the company, he may leave and we will have to look for another person. I said, no, come what may, I'll be there for 5 years. After 5 years, the production of 26 years of existence of that company was highest, sales highest, profit highest, new products introduced highest, and export started. So it was on the pink of the health. But I told the management, now we have to expand the machinery. Because I believe when you are going up, you have to keep on going up. You cannot stay. The moment you stay at one place, you start going down. And the management wanted to extract the money because they had lost a few years. They were not ready to put in more money. So that made me leave that company. But leaving that company was not that I applied or looked for somebody. Ispat Industries Ltd, that the brothers of Lakshmi Narayan Mittal, they were together at that time. One of their directors spotted me in Nagpur. And in Nagpur, it was known to everybody that this is a man who has turned around this company. In a function, that director told me, Mr. Sharma, on Wednesday, we have interviews in Mumbai for senior people. If you're interested, please come. And that was on Saturday. And Wednesday, it was an interview. But I didn't ask or anything. But I went there. And they hired me as a GM commercial. And I came to Bombay. In Mumbai, one day, very interestingly, I was sitting like this in my cabin. At that time, there used to be two phones for senior people. One was direct line, one was through the board. On a direct line, a call came. Hello, I'm calling from Reliance Industries HR department. Our HR head wants to meet you. Con? Who's calling? Reliance department, HR department, Reliance Industries, HR department. Our head of HR wants to meet you. Who is he? Mr. B.B. Bhatt. Who gave you my number? He said, we have record and data of all these successful managers. So your number has come out of that. My duty is to allow a meeting with our HR head. There was somebody in Reliance I knew. I told him, yeah, this call has come. He said, they have all the records of all data of these successful people. So what do? Millo. So what? There's nothing bad in meeting big people. I said, okay. Well, the HR head is a very big man. I said, okay. I told the person, yes, I will go. They said, come to the gate number 8 of Bombay Airport. That's a behind scene, private planes gate. I went there. One AVP escorted me to the private jet of Mr. Ambani's. In that private jet, we were 2 people only. He took me to Jamnagar. From Jamnagar, we went to the factory, which was setting up. We met Mr. Bhatt. He offered me a cup of tea. In about 15, 20 minutes, he said, when can you join us? I said, what is going on? Then they hired me as the vice president. I did many new things in that company. But the end is that I left that company in November, a particular year. Next year, on 24th of February, the vertical head of that company, my division, ENP division, met me at a marriage of an earlier colleague's son, Mr. Prasad. His name is PMS Prasad. He was on the phone and he held my hand like this. Okay. He finished the phone and said, hey, Vinay, I got a message for you. For me, sir? Yes. What is that? MDA has asked you to come back. I said, what happened? He said, there was a problem in your department. I said, I know, and I solved that. That problem has reached MDA, Mr. Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani. Okay. He called me. Where is Vinay? There's been never any problem in his department. He has left. Huh? Who has left? Who has released him? He has gone for his own business. Okay. Tell him whatever money he spent in his business, take it and come back. That is a certificate which is very dear to my heart. So this is how my corporate life has been. You're right. All the 4 jobs, I never applied. I gave my CV or biodata after joining them.
Great, Mr. Sharma. Your career journey is truly, truly remarkable. And you started your entrepreneurial venture at an age when many people are thinking about winding down. Yet you have continued to push boundaries and innovate. And you have pioneered the concept of material management in special economic zones, that is SEZ in India with OWS. So I would love to know what motivated you to enter such an unexplored space, and how did you identify this gap in the market back in 2005, right?
Yeah.
Also, what was the initial vision behind OWS,
Yeah.
and what was the first big challenge you faced?
Okay, let me tell you why I went into that. First, it was a selfish motive. In the Reliance Industries, they have a policy of retiring people at 58. 58 is a young age. It's not an age to retire and sit at home. I was 55 at that time. So I was worried that in 3 years, do I have to sit at home? But they do rehire these 58 people as a consultant for 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. But that is again their mercy, whether you are useful or not. I said, I'm not going to sit at home. That was the first motivation to go as an entrepreneur. Second was, in exploration and production, that's a drilling for the oil and gas business, 95% of the equipment and the material, consumables, come from abroad. They come duty free. But to get it duty free, we have to get a essentiality certificate, that's a duty exemption certificate, from Director General of Hydrocarbons under Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. For every import, we have to get a EC, essentiality certificate, use it at the customs to bring it in. That has a condition, the EC has a condition that the leftover consumables has to be exported back. number one. And the equipment machinery, like a drilling rig, everything has to go back. It cannot be used for any other purpose in India. My job are this only. I used to import, I used to export. I had a very big portfolio, not only import, logistic, Ministry of Home Affairs clearance, DGH, and so many things. It was always a burden. And one thing, when 2004, government was planning to come out with Special Economic Zone Act, SEZ Act, and rules. The act, they had put draft of that on the website, and they wanted people to comment. I got interested. I read everything as a draft. I thought it's a wonderful idea. Why not utilize it? So what I did, I studied it fully, and in 2005, that act was notified after amendments and everything. I was following everything. I was closely following. When in April 2005, this act was notified, now this is the time. What I thought was that SEZ is a foreign territory within India. Instead of sending the imported material back to America, back to Europe, or back to even Singapore or Dubai, can I send it to SEZ because it's a foreign territory and my export obligation is complete? That was the mantra. And then import it again from there because it's a foreign territory. Taken easy. I studied everything. I discussed with few people and applied for the license. License was applied at Visakhapatnam SEZ. There, their office said, we do not understand what you're going to do. If you have any other license of anybody else who is doing the same thing, just give us a copy, we'll issue a license to you. I said, nobody else, I'm the first person. And we cannot do it. Then you go to board, Ministry of Commerce in Delhi, the board of approval, which consists of 39 people of different ministries. You go there. They sent the application there. And one day, that deputy commissioner, divisional commissioner, told me to go to Delhi and meet few officers like joint secretary and the assistant secretary. When I went there to meet them, none of them was available. I was very sad. What to do? How I convince them? I met one undersecretary. He said, I don't understand what you're saying. I've read your file, but I don't follow anything. You come tomorrow and explain to the 39 people. Then I saw Secretary, Ministry of Commerce, the number one person in the ministry, the board. I sent my slip inside. God willing, that gentleman, G.K. Pillai, Gopal Krishnan Pillai, IAS, was the Commerce Secretary. He was in at about 4 o'clock. He called me in. Gentlemen, I've got 10 minutes for you. I said, thank you. I started explaining. At the 5th minute, he said, it's a wonderful idea. It's a great idea. You will save a lot of time and money and the foreign exchange for the country. He was bright, brilliant. Yes, sir. I had a folder in my hand. Is it the same folder or the same thing? Yes, sir. Give it to me. Come tomorrow. That was God sent angel for me. Next day, 39 people, a big table. I went. I started my talk and Mr. Pillai started explaining that I've read his file. I've read everything. He's doing wonderful thing. We should encourage such type of people. He will be saving foreign exchange. He'll be saving time. He'll be saving money also for the country. And within, I think, 6-7 minutes, he said, go. Okay. License granted. That is why I got a license. Now, another hurdle was my customers. Now, the customers were all targeted customers, all the foreign companies. Sharma J, BJ, Weatherford, so many, all. They are all big oil and gas players. went to them with a note and everything. If it is so good, why anybody didn't think of it earlier? It's not my fault. I have thought it. So this is in front of you. Okay. Now, being foreign companies, mostly American companies, they are more worried about the compliances. Will there be any demand or any prosecution or any notice from any government? I told them nothing will happen. No, we can't believe you. All these people gave my proposal to Pricewaterhouse, Ernst Young, Deloitte, big four, different. And now they also cannot understand. They used to call us. You have written on this page this thing. From where it comes? Okay, this is a book. This is a page number, para number. Okay. They took a lot of time to understand and finally gave green signal to all their principals by charging even $50,000 for that advice. So that was again a success. So they were convinced that this is a foolproof system. It will save money, it will save time, and it will also bring more business to them. I gave them an idea that you have a rig. The rig comes to India for 1 year. It comes from America. It was there on the sea for 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, at least 1 week at the gateway port, then transportation. So you have non-productive 10 to 12 weeks where you don't get the rent. Same way when it goes back. But if it comes to my SEZ, it's only 1 week. When it comes in, you can do the maintenance, repair, refurbish. All the imported spares will be tax-free, duty-free. And then you can bring it to the new customer again within 1 week. And I will do the transportation. I will do everything. That got convinced that they will make 30% more money out of the same equipment. So this is how, although it took 5 to 6 months for the people to come on board, but that 5-6 months were very, I can say, troublesome for me. But sometimes I used to doubt on myself. Have I done right thing? Coming out of Reliance and doing this, what if it fails? All my savings gone. But God was kind. Thanks to my customers, they all agreed and we signed agreements. Now, one after the other, new customers were coming because the contractors, the principal, that's like ONGC, Reliance, and all the people used to ask new entrants, first talk to them, they will save your money. That money saved, you can reduce your bid. You can reduce your bid because for the same equipment or anything which is coming on hire, the service provider is adding 30 to 40%, keeping the margin of coming and going. But if it comes to us, that 30% goes down. Now, this 30% is a saving for the ONGC. This is how indirectly I can say with pride, I added to the foreign exchange of the country, saved it. I added to the savings of the companies like Reliance or ONGC and many more. So I served the country. We made good profit. Our customers were happy. We gave them unparalleled service, which they never had. Now the next step comes. Even at my home, my family, my relatives, they never knew what I'm doing. But this is a subject which no one knew. They used to say in Hindi, कर क्या रहे हो पता नहीं, पर कुछ तो कर रहे हो, पैसा बना रहे हो. They'll say, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something good and you're making good money. So this is how 3 years, undisputed leader, no competition, nobody near to me, we ruled. After 3 years, people started stealing my manpower, taking documents from the customs. So what this man is doing? They started going for the competition. They registered. Now, they got the license, but it is not easy. Original and copy, they're different. They stole some of my customers by giving 30 to 40% lower price. Some people went with them. But after 6 to 9 months, everybody came back. Why? They said they have copied you, but they don't know the subject. You know the subject. This is how, from 2006 onwards, this company had a sounding, thundering success. This is what I am. My life mantra has been, I do not follow people. I do not follow the treaded path. I want to create a new path. Why? I'm not much educated in degree wise. Like, for example, if some MBA or CA, most of them are degrees, engineers, degrees. Knowledge and education are two poles apart. I had knowledge, no degree, that kind of fancy degree. The knowledge came from reading, knowing, talking. So I started at the age of 55. Today I am 72. In the year 72 also, my life, I'm fit, physically, mentally. I learn today also. I read. And I want to know more so that I am abreast with everything. That's why some people call me encyclopedia. I can talk about anything. I gather knowledge. My idea of life is never hang boots. Never hang your boots. Number one, keep learning till the grave. 3 is share it with the people. If I know after my death it has gone with me, what is the idea? So I share with people. There are many people who seek my advice. I give them, I guide them. And many friends, many people come to me through reference also. I guide them. Okay. If I have any knowledge, if I don't share it, then it is not a knowledge. It's gone with me. Yes. Now, Mr. Sunny, your turn.
Incredible, Mr. Sharma. Incredible. The kind of insights, the kind of knowledge that you are sharing is superbly engaging and enlightening. All right. So continuing our conversation, with all the accolades you have earned, including Best SEZ Unit Award by the Ministry of Commerce for 4 consecutive years, and your recognition for ASSOCHAM and SME awards, it's clear that your work has made a significant impact on the industry. But I'm really curious to know, Mr. Sharma, what do you consider your biggest professional achievement so far? And why does it hold such significance for you?
Okay, my significant achievement, which I feel of myself, is creating employment. Creating employment is not just giving them a job of a peon or anything. I empowered my people. My guidance to my staff, workers, anybody from top to bottom was, just try, do it. It is possible. Success, yours. Failure is mine. If you fail, I'll take the responsibility. If you succeed, I'll tell the world, this is a man. Now, this encourages them. I never made a scapegoat of any of the people. And today, I can proudly say that on Guru Purnima Day, how many young boys and girls, and now they are in 50s, they call me that you are the person who has taught us. Because let me tell you, making money is for me. Awards, happiness. But all set aside, people, when you empower them, that's the best thing. You keep a legacy for the people. So I did that in whatever way to teach them. And I was very keen to hire young boys and girls from the colleges and then make them good managers. That's my achievement. And I'm very happy with that. Next.
Mr. Sharma, I would love to hear more about your personal leadership style. You are known for having a go-getter attitude and for being an encyclopedia of knowledge. But in your experience, what makes a truly effective leader, especially when it comes to leading a team through change and uncertainty? And how do you ensure your team remains motivated and aligned with your vision?
See, my first priority is never let the colleagues feel that they are lower than me. I make them comfortable. Respect, yes. No crossing the limits, yes. But professional matter, professional level, we are together. I'll give you a small example of Nagpur. When this Namaste business started, so they were very close to me, and I used to. In one day, there was a worker whose height could be maybe 4 feet 5 inch, a tiny man. He was talking to me. I said, let's walk. I put my hand on his shoulder and we talked and we walked. I'm the chief executive of the company, number 2 person after the managing director. He's a worker, small worker. I put my hand on his shoulder like this and we are walking. The whole of the factory is looking at us. This man is putting his hand on the worker. And that motive, this thing was worth maybe few tons on his shoulder. But the whole factory outlook changed. Every worker outlook changed. This man makes everybody comfortable. When you make your people comfortable, they come out, they open. Sometimes, I admit, the lowest person also teaches us. He has a better idea to solve that problem than we so-called big brains. So that way, we have to make them comfortable to talk to you and open up. That has been my success.
Absolutely, Mr. Sharma, absolutely. All right, so moving ahead, it's time for our rapid fire round, a series of short questions, and you have to give me the first thing that pops in your mind. So are you up for it?
Yes,
Okay.
please
So
start.
here's the first question. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
After the statutory things today morning on the phone, of looking at phone, I look for the news, knowledge, what happened last night. There's a newspaper.
Okay,
If there's a non-newspaper, then on the phone also, I look for the news, things around what happened yesterday.
great. Your comfort food on a long, stressful day?
Dal, roti, chawal, simple. I'm a teetotaler. I don't drink, no meat, no egg, no smoke, nothing. The only vice is 3-4 times a cup of tea. Nothing.
All right.
Dal, roti, simple. Enough. I don't go for that hard drink and today, oh my God, let's have 2 drinks. No, I don't.
Great. One hobby that helps you unwind?
Listening to music, the old one, not the new one, old one, and relaxing and thinking of things around us.
Classic. All right, next question. A book that has influenced your leadership style the most?
Okay. Let me tell you, I have in my library more than 500 books. And I have not read even single book to the last page. How I handle the book is, I take a book as it is known, like autobiography or interesting, knowledgeable, motivating books. When I read the book, at whatever page I get something which hit me, I close the book. I have recovered the money from that book. The book has given me some idea, some knowledge, something. Like, for example, I'll tell you one book. It is of American Management Association. The book had a para that when you have a problem, what do? You are not able to solve the problem. Forget it. It is written there. Forget it. Forget the problem. Divert yourself to go for a movie, music, play with children, or whatever. And the second day or third day, when you get up in the morning, you have the answer to that problem in front of you. The logic was that when you start a computer, you open one program, second program, third program, fourth program, fifth program, and it hangs. You leave it, then it will slowly gather one program open, second program open, third, fourth, fifth, and it is up. Same is with the mind. When you're bogged down with the problems or problem, you try to find solution. A, B, C, D, and then okay. Stop it. Let it work. The answer is here. This is what I do with the books. I've read many autobiographies, many things. There also, I want to know only one thing that hits me.
Great. All right. So next question. What's one app you can't live without?
Knowledge. News. It can be newspaper. When I sit in the plane, let me tell you my weakness. From the lounge, I pick up 5 or 6 newspapers. During that travel, sitting in the chair or the seat in the plane, I read those newspaper. People on the left, the right, or the front, or the back, they are busy with the movie, songs, and then I read the newspapers. I can't live without that.
Incredible. If you could visit any country right now, where would you go?
With the grace of God, I have visited almost all the countries except the Western Africa. Now, my next is West Africa, to understand them, how they live, how they. I have visited right from Canada down to the New Zealand, east or west, everything God has given me. And let me tell you a small thing jokingly. My passports are now 8th passport. They are not expired. They are not expired. They didn't have space for the new stamps. So I had to go for the new passport, jumbo passport, 64 pages. This is how much I have traveled.
Right. Okay. So the next question, a song that never fails to lift your mood.
Not one. When I go to the old songs of Lata, Mukesh, Kishore Kumar, Magnates, all are that which lift you up. So not particularly, but they're all in my car. These are only songs or a radio or these songs, old songs that play. They're soothing.
Absolute classic. Okay. Who is your all-time favorite sports person or team?
Unfortunately, I don't follow the sports except some event if it happens. I never had any interest in these sports, although my elder brother is a very awe swimmer, swimming associations, and he has put in all his life in swimming. But for me, I'm sorry, I didn't follow any sports, particularly that is my favorite or that game is favorite. There's a time some cricket is going on, see, okay, otherwise not.
Okay. 2 questions more to rapid fire round. What's one thing still on your bucket list?
There are many not even one, but going around the world is one, but within the country also, there are many things which I have not seen. I have traveled around the world, but within India, there are many things, old things, our sabbhata, which we say. Now, going around the country, within the country, by a car with my wife, that's what I want to do.
Wow, wow, lovely. All right, so the last question of the rapid fire round. If your life were to be made into a movie, what would the title be?
Okay. Many faces of one life.
Okay.
Why? Why? When I was a photographer, that was face of my life. I started photography in the college. I funded my own education. I funded my younger sister's education. So that was a life. We were 5 brothers and sisters. Father, at a time when everybody was in the college, it was too much. So I started photography, took load out of my father's head for 2 people. And that was the time. Then I came to corporate. That is one port. And in the corporate, I was not trained. I learned everything over there. Let me tell you, I talked to Mr. PMS Prasad of Reliance, our vertical head. One day, I was giving him my report. He asked me, Vinay, which engineering degree you have done? I smiled. I'm not. I'm just a BA. Why he asked me? Because the terminology of the talk was all engineering. He thought I'm an engineer. So that is my phase. Then I came to my business. That was another phase of my life. Then I had some problem. That was another phase. Now this is the 5th phase of my life where I am again coming out and wish to guide people, help people, now give to the society. Money-wise, I have given whatever I could do to the society. Not in thousands, not in lakhs, but in crores. I have donated. I'm trustee of some NGOs or here and there. I've donated in crores, but now I want to give my knowledge, my brain. So this is, I said, many phases of one life.
Great, great, Mr. Sharma. I loved every answer of yours, and every word coming from you is kind of a word of wisdom. So, really enlightening.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sunny.
So, Mr. Sharma, in every industry, there are moments that make everyone pause and reflect. And we have seen major global scandals, governance breakdowns, and lapses that have shaken public trust, especially in banking and business. But these moments, as unfortunate as they may be, offer critical lessons for today's leaders. So when you look at some of these global episodes, from corporate frauds to governance lapses, what do you think is the biggest lesson for leaders today? And part B of my question is, what have those incidents taught you personally about ethics, transparency, and importance of doing the right thing, even when no one is watching?
Sunny, what I have noticed in my working life is that there are 2 parts of the game, managers and the owners. The owners hire managers at any level. They expect the managers will do their job. The owners hire managers based on their degrees and the experience what they had. But do they have the fire in their belly? Do they have that kind of passion to work for the owner as owner? Work for the owner as owner. I have read, like Vedanta, they faced problems at a site where they were to construct a new plant. They had to stop it because the locals were opposing it. The one set of people who are to be blamed is the managers over there, who were at the site. They could not handle the situation. They thought it's the owners who have to tell us what to do. There's a lacking on the manager side. What? They don't read, they don't update. Once they get a cushy job, they say, okay, fix, okay. No. You have to read on again, know around it, and use different methods. It's not one method. Jokingly, at some lectures I tell, the manager should be a doctor. A doctor? How? If I go to a doctor, I have a headache. He will give me a pill. The next person also has a headache, but he will not give the same red pill which he has given to me. Maybe he has only white pill. Because he has to diagnose the issue, then give suggestion. But the managers of the last 20 years, they use same one red pill for everything. That's a lacking. On the owner side, now as a owner, he has got so much of burden on his head. Funds to be arranged, permissions, then issues to be tackled, then sales, marketing, blah, 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 everything. But they do not foresee things in front of them. I respect Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. You know what he used to say? Whenever he would talk to the team of managers, all level, if somebody is giving a presentation, he would ask only one thing. Will this run for next 5 years, 15 years, 20 years? That means he was looking ahead. He would always say, think of 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead, not today. That is lacking in the owners. There are many businesses which collapse. I'll give you a recent example. If America has imposed tariffs, you know how many exporters have just vanished? Just with one stroke, in which they are not party to it. Nobody asked them that should we increase your tariffs? But their business is gone, orders cancelled, factories are lying closed. What if at that time, at the height of the exports to USA, they had thought of the Central Asia, they had thought of the South America, they had thought of other countries? Why put all the eggs in one basket? Because when they see, particularly entrepreneurs, that every day 10 containers are going to USA, they are very happy. That's a danger. I see these things. And I want to correct these things to the people who need this kind of guidance. If today is happy, doesn't mean tomorrow will be happy. You have to think of day after also and thereafter also. That's a business. Example, I'll give you in my business. In the SEZ, business is going very fine. What if any day the government of India, Ministry of Commerce, strikes down that facility which I am using, import into and export out? Business zero. Collapse, black. So then we started business outside the SEZ also. So that if something happens over there, we survive. There's a foresightedness. Not in one sector. You had to go into look at multiple things so that you survive. Example is only one. If we talk about Tatas and Birlas, old Tatas and Birlas were in everything, in every kind of business. They didn't have only textile mills. And today, if you talk of Reliance Industries. They're getting into everything. Retail भी है, petrol भी है, everything. Why? They are taking away the shocks of anything which goes away. For example, Reliance petrol pumps were very big craze about 15 years back. Then suddenly all of them closed because of the government rule. Although now they are open. But then they had other businesses, export. Even SEZ, Reliance had a SEZ refinery. Reliance has got two refineries. One is within the SEZ, one is outside the SEZ. Within the SEZ, the crude is imported duty-free, processed, and the products are sent out, exported duty-free. There is one DTA refinery where the crude comes, paid duty, and the processed and sold in India. So this is my take.
Rightly said, Mr. Sharma, and truly enlightening. All right, so this brings us to the last part of last segment of our FaceTime with Leaders. And since you have recently joined, you have become involved with Directors Institute. Let me ask you, what initially drew you to join Directors Institute? Was there a particular aspect of organization's mission or its approach to governance that resonated with you? And now that you have been a part of it, how has your perspective on leadership, governance, and decision making at the board level evolved?
Sunny, as I said, I am hungry for the knowledge. When I first saw about Directors Institute, I saw there are many things they will teach me which I am not aware of. I should know. Like technological advancement, the technological changes that are happening every day. You sleep at night and morning there is something new thing has come in the technology, in the digital age. At least I have got a platform where I can learn that, number one. Number two, it will be a kind of a organized learning. See, I can read books, I can see the videos, I can go to YouTube, I can search it. That is a piecemeal basis. Like I have got bricks, I've got cement, I've got sand, I've got water, then I have to build a wall. But I'm getting a wall built for me. Why you spend everything or time, my energy on these things? So there, my benefit is that I will get organized learning, learn new things technologically and everything, so that I can help others. The last was that if I learn, and as Dr. Institute says, they can help placements also or find slots for us, then it will be good. I'll be internally satisfied that I have shared my knowledge. I have guided people. Let me tell you, in my company also, there were 50% independent directors. The chairman of the company was an independent director. I was not the chairman. I was managing director. The chairman of the company is independent director. But majority of the time it goes in financial readings and balance sheet and all these things. Very less time was on future. What is the business? Where it is going? What is helping? What is not helping? Which segment is not? That is required in the board. The board is not to look at the balance sheets and the P&L. To guide them and handhold them to the newer path and save them from the shocks also. An entrepreneur doesn't get that much time to know, read, or go through things. I used to attend, while in job also, I used to attend many seminars and workshops myself with my money. Because once in one company, I start from Oswal, I told my chairman that I want to attend this course. Why? क्या करना है? This is not your job. You do this. So he was right as per his perspective. But I took leave, paid money from my pocket, attended that. Same way in Nagpur also. I have been attending courses wherever I know that I don't know this subject, go there and learn it. Why hold? So joining the institute, getting that knowledge and a label that I'm a qualified director, independent director, and now I'm ready to help others. See, my experience of almost 5 decades, entrepreneur, job, entrepreneur, and now this one, has enough. But learning these things will make me strengthen more about my knowledge. My one target is, if I can share my knowledge with as many as people. I have been lecturing people in ASSOCHAM. Let me tell you, I used to lead delegations of industrialists to other countries, Canada, Sri Lanka, some European countries. I was the leader of the delegation. I used to speak. I used to lecture. And one more thing, I never lectured with a paper on my hand or something written there. It was all. And people used to, you can say, appreciate that. Like now, I'm not reading anything. I can tell everything through my heart. This is why I have chosen the Director Institute. And I wish, and I trust, and I expect I'll be immensely benefited out of it.
That was so powerful and practical, Mr. Sharma. Hearing how governance reshaped even your day-to-day choices make the Institute's role tangible.
Yes.
And let me tell you, Mr. Sharma, what a phenomenal conversation we had today. You know, what I think really stands out today is how you make leadership sound both challenging and thrilling, like the perfect balance between navigating storms and chasing the horizon. And I'm sure our listeners are taking away not just business insights, but life lessons too.
Yes, I'm very happy. And it was a very nice conversation in a very relaxed atmosphere. And I could share my views, which will be useful to many, I believe. And let me continue my sharing of knowledge with people, whosoever needs, whosoever wants, and that gives me satisfaction.
Mr. Sharma, thank you so much for sharing your time, your wisdom, and that infectious energy with us today. You have definitely set the bar high for leadership, innovation, and ethics, let me tell you. And I have no doubt that everyone listening is walking away inspired. I know I am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great. So, to all our listeners, thank you for tuning into FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Sunny Pancholi. And until next time, keep striving, stay curious, and as I always say, lead with integrity. And remember, success isn't about how fast you go, but how well you lead the people around you. See you next time.